Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now in today's video, we're going to be doing a very quick comparison between something like the TECNO Pova 4 Pro against the POCO M5s. Now if you're not familiar with the brand TECNO, basically these guys are competing in the more affordable or sort of budget smartphone range, and the TECNO Pova 4 Pro is actually the latest device to hit the markets. Now both devices are retailing for approximately $200 or if you are in Malaysia, that should be approximately 850 ringgit. So without further ado, let's put both devices side by side and find out what's different between them, and of course, which one would be the better fit for you. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have on the desk here both devices. On the left is going to be the TECNO Pova 4 Pro, whereas on the right, we are going to be focusing on the POCO M5s. Now before we begin, I just want to talk a little bit about the accessories that do come in the box. Both devices do actually provide their own respective chargers. We have a 45-watt charger for TECNO and a 33-watt charger for POCO M5s. Now both devices also come with their respective Type-C cables, but what is extra in the TECNO packaging is actually this, wired headset, which is actually a headphone jack over here that you can put into the device itself because it still has that headphone jack over there. So pretty cool stuff there. If you still need your wired earphones, you can use that from the TECNO Pova 4 Pro. Alright, so we're going to take a look at these devices in closer detail. Again, both devices are saying that they do come with large batteries. So in terms of batteries, we're going to start with that first. We do have a 6000 mAh battery on the TECNO Pova 4 Pro, whereas on the POCO M5s, it is a 5000 mAh unit. Now, other than that, it's also worth noting that the TECNO Pova 4 Pro here charges up quicker than the POCO M5s. Obviously, since it comes with the 45-watt fast charge, so it's going to charge up way faster than the POCO M5s. Again, TECNO is really emphasizing on their battery life with the Pova 4 Pro here. This device here will do close to 10 hours of gaming for Mobile Legends, 23 hours of Facebook, and close to 61 hours of phone calls. So that's actually a lot of battery life compared to something like the POCO M5s, which is about half of that number. So if you're looking for the best performing battery life device, the TECNO Pova 4 Pro here will definitely be the one to go for. Alright, so with that said, let's move on to our second point of today and let's check out their processors. Both devices actually do come with very similar processors because they're from MediaTek, but the one on the TECNO Pova 4 Pro here is actually a Helio G99, whereas on the POCO M5s we have a Helio G95. Now just in terms of their performance, you're going to be expecting better performance on the TECNO Pova 4 Pro. The performance is going to be even more efficient as well. That means that if you are playing games, you will be able to play slightly longer gameplay and you will experience less heat compared to the POCO M5s. Overall, performance numbers are again very close to one another, but just in terms of CPU frequency, the Helio G99 on the TECNO Pova 4 Pro is 6% better than the Helio G95. Other than that, in terms of RAM configurations, this device here, the TECNO Pova 4 Pro, comes straight up with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of internal memory. Now, if you're looking to expand that RAM, you can actually expand that by an additional 5GB. So you will have a total of 13GB of RAM in the TECNO Pova 4 Pro. It is able to run up to 20 apps in the background, so that's actually pretty awesome on the Pova 4 Pro. Now moving back to the POCO M5s, this device here comes with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of internal memory. However, if you want to expand that, you can expand it by an additional 2GB to give it a total of 8GB of RAM. Just in terms of smoothness levels, operating devices, I would say that it is slightly smoother and more apps can be run on the TECNO Pova 4 Pro. Alright, so let's flip both devices to the front now and check out their displays because again, they are actually quite different here. Right up, you can see that the TECNO Pova 4 Pro has a slightly larger display compared to the POCO M5s. So we're going to start with that first. We're going to check out this display first and foremost. This is a 6.66-inch AMOLED display that refreshes at 90Hz. That means that scrolling on the device, everything is going to be very much smoother, and even playing games, you will experience a smoother experience on the TECNO Pova 4 Pro. I also noticed that because it's an AMOLED panel, so naturally the viewing angles are great, and in terms of brightness levels, it also gets quite bright when I'm outdoors. Now moving on to the POCO M5s, this is a slightly smaller display. It is more compact, coming in at 6.43 inches, and it is also an AMOLED panel. That means contrast levels, viewing angles are also great. But the main difference here is that we do not have any sort of high refresh rate. This is refreshing at 60Hz. That means scrolling on the device and all that is not going to be as smooth as the one on the TECNO Pova 4 Pro. You can see here, if you look closely, you will notice that it is smoother on the TECNO device compared to the POCO. Other than that, in terms of the overall experience, if you are going to be gaming a lot and all that, you will notice that with this particular device, the TECNO, it comes with a hard gyroscope with Z-axis linear motor to deliver a more realistic and powerful vibrating effect. However, on the POCO M5s, it is not that far behind as well. It also comes with a Z-axis linear motor. So in terms of the haptics, both are great, but the one on the TECNO Pova 4 Pro is just a little bit more powerful. Now, moving on to the final point, let's talk a little bit about that design, because you guys might be already wondering, what's going on here with the TECNO Pova 4 Pro. Well, this is basically what TECNO is calling the Whitman-Staton Prism ID design. But basically, you have this sort of prism design. You can see that the cutting over here is all very edgy. This particular design here looks like lava coming off a volcano. It is matte materials at the back here, that means no fingerprints whatsoever. There is a different color option which I also happen to have over here. Now this one is a little bit muted and it looks very classy as well. Again, very edgy lines can be seen on the back panel here. But if you want to go for this particular design here, let's say you are a gamer, this one actually stands out a lot because of those orange kind of lines going on. Other than that, both devices here actually come with headphone jacks at the bottom, so that is great. It is slightly thicker again on the TECNO Pova 4 Pro, but that's definitely thanks to its larger battery. Moving on to the POCO M5s, we do have a very clean and minimal design like I mentioned before. It is slightly slimmer and it features a 3D curved back panel, so it might feel very comfortable in your hand as well. Very slim device here on the POCO M5s, and I think it looks great as well. Alright guys, so there you have it, the differences between the TECNO Pova 4 Pro against the POCO M5s. Very different devices here. Just to sum it up real fast, we do have a couple of key differences between both devices. For instance, we have a way larger battery on the TECNO Pova 4 Pro. In fact, it's one of the largest batteries that you can find on any smartphone in the market today. So if battery life is your main concern, you know where to check that out. Apart from that, we also have different displays. We have a nicer, higher refresh rate display on the TECNO Pova 4 Pro compared to the POCO M5s. Other than that, the designs themselves are also very different. Take a look at once more at this TECNO Pova 4 Pro. It looks very gamer-fied, whereas the POCO M5s is a little bit more minimalist and quite basic. Alright, those are the differences between both devices. Again, if you have any further questions, feel free to drop a question down below. If you want to find out more details about both devices, I'll also put their links in the description box. So with that said, thank you for watching today's video and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye!